God.
Well, y'all done came a long way. I think that y'all have a certain amount of respect for, what everybody else does, and y'all are just the best at what y'all do.
This platform, the reach y'all have that you've earned, makes space for somebody like me.
You guys have a direct line to the culture.
Oh my God, I'm on the radio with Angela, Charlamagne, and DJ Envy.
Yes, you are.
Hey.
All I do is read about the Breakfast Club.
Really?
Every morning.
That's good.
You guys are trending. I drag my ass out of bed. I'm like, what happened on the Breakfast Club today?
Get your ass up.
Good morning, USA.
Hey, fam.
It's Tuesday. Yes, today is Tuesday. Good morning.
Good morning. I know it is. You know what that means.
What's that mean?
Closer to Friday.
Oh, closer to Friday. One day closer to Friday.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. It is Tuesday. Good morning to everybody out there. Hopefully you guys are having an amazing morning. It's nice on the East Coast. It's like they said it's going to be a high of 68 degrees today, which is not usual.
It's a little scary.
Yeah, a little scary. 68 degrees today.
November, guys. All right.
Yeah, it is a little crazy. Now, today I'm kind of excited. So I get to announce the celebrity cars I'm bringing to my car show in Miami. That date is 12/12. I'm excited. We got a lot. I would say this is the one where we have the most celebrity cars involved. Like, there's so many people from Miami. So many people live in Miami. So many people are in on the Spanish level, on the hip-hop level. So even in the sports level. So many people are bringing their cars. I can't wait to announce that a little later on. Super duper excited about it. I see you dressed to the T's.
Oh, to the
or
T's?
dressed to the nines or whatever they call it.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Dressed to the nines or the T's. What up, Charlamagne?
I'm doing Nick Cannon show today, but I have to run out of here, get there, and go straight on because it's live. So I'm not even gonna have a chance to do anything to myself. So yeah.
Are you taking the train or you?
They're sending a car.
They're sending a car. Okay.
I know iHeart doesn't do that, but
damn, you just gonna defecate on iHeart?
But
after
they don't.
11 years?
When have they ever sent a car for anyone? Any
Get
guests?
car service.
For guests?
Oh, for guests?
Yeah. They definitely don't do that.
Not for guests.
Yeah,
They
so
give me a car service every once in a while.
I'm talking, well, for us, yeah, but I'm talking about for guests. I'm a guest.
Oh,
so
okay.
And then yesterday I was doing my barista training at my coffee shop, so that was fun. I actually really enjoyed it, and I cannot wait to the day that I can do some latte art where I can make like swans in the latte, and I'm gonna start with a heart, and then I'm gonna move my way up.
Okay.
Well, enough about us. What we got for the people this morning?
All right. Ed Sheeran will be joining us this morning.
All right.
My daughter was very surprised. I was like, why is Ed Sheeran going on your show?
First of all, Ed Sheeran's been on here a few times
And that's
already.
what I told her. I was like, he's been on here before. He was like, but why? Like, it doesn't seem like the people that like Ed Sheeran would listen to y'all.
My daughter of yours said that.
The older one.
Not only has Ed Sheeran been on this show quite a few times, I've interviewed Ed one-on-one. I'm getting a plaque for Ed's last album. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm just telling you what she told me.
Tell her don't be like that.
She texted it to all her friends, but like, Ed Sheeran's actually going to be on
Tell her
the
black people can
Breakfast
do any damn thing. Okay, black people can travel in and out of any world we choose. All right?
Yeah, she didn't think he was going to come in our world.
Christ.
But I had to tell her. I had to school her a little
That's
bit. Like,
wild.
Ed Sheeran, he knows Gangsta. He can rap Biggie. And
By
all
the way,
that.
he's been here. This is like his 4th, 5th time on the show.
I don't think she listens.
I hear you at home all the time.
She's in
Dad.
school,
It's all right.
but all right. Anyway. Yeah, so Ed Sheeran will be joining us this morning, and we got front page news. What we starting with, you?
Yes, and who would have thought that Big Bird would cause so much beef?
Big Bird. All right, we'll get into that next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Now in Monday Night Football, the Steelers beat the Bears 29-27. Also last night, Steph Curry, he went off. He scored 50 points, 10 assists last night. They beat the Hawks 127 to 113.
Telling you, the Golden State Warriors are my pick for the NBA Finals. Been saying that for the season started, and Klay not even back yet.
They got the best record in the NBA right now at 9-1. Now, what else we got, Yeezy?
Well, there was some drama. I don't know if you guys saw this with Big Bird yesterday. Apparently, Big Bird got vaccinated and posted about it. I got the COVID-19 vaccine today. My wing is feeling a little sore, but it'll give my body an extra protective boost that keeps me and others healthy. Miss Erica Hill even said, I've been getting vaccines since I was little bird. I had no idea. So Ted Cruz was very upset about that, and he basically posted that now it's propaganda. So using Big Bird as propaganda. And then he posted, liberals are weird. They don't care about open borders or rising inflation or schools covering up sexual assaults or the disaster of Afghanistan or tyrannical Dems violating medical privacy and freedom, but criticize Big Bird and they lose their ish.
I don't know about all that, but it's definitely propaganda. Like, you can't tell me how deadly a disease is and how we have to get this shot to protect ourselves, to protect our kids, but then give it to Big Bird, a fictional character. It's just silly. It just makes the disease look like a joke.
Well, Big Bird is eternally 6 years old, which I did not know.
That's just silly.
So now Big Bird is eligible to get vaccinated from ages 5 to 11.
And by the way, I always say that, their marketing and stuff sucks, but come on. That's just horrible. Like, you give it to Big Bird? Like, how is that going to make somebody want to go out there and get the shot because Big Bird got it?
Maybe because if your kid wants to get it and is scared and they be like, even Big Bird got the shot, and your kids are into Big Bird, they might feel more comfortable getting the shot.
Yeah, so now you got to explain to them that a fictional character, a big-ass bird that's been around for longer than all of us, but is eternally 6,
since
got the shot.
1969.
Hey, come on, man.
Big Bird is real.
That's just silly. It's silly.
Big Bird is real.
Seth MacFarlane had some things to say on Twitter also. He said, no surprise, Big Bird is smarter than Ted Cruz. So is Kermit, Ernie, Bert, Grover, Oscar, Cookie Monster, The Count, Mr. Snuffleupagus, Fozzie, Miss Piggy, a whole bunch of people.
It just makes the disease look like a joke. It's silly. Makes the shot look like a joke.
All right, now Bitcoin and Ethereum prices have jumped to 2 new records, right? 2 cryptocurrencies. They've hit new milestones. Bitcoin is at an all-time high of over $68,000 since today. And then Ethereum also has hit a record, rising to $4,800 plus, according to the markets. So some investors are predicting even bigger gains for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the father of all of these cryptocurrencies.
How much did Big Bird invest in Bitcoin?
Big Bird's only 6.
Not that much.
So
he can't invest?
He can
invest,
but
yeah.
I think he would have to, probably get his parents or something.
Yeah,
if he's,
he invest, not that much.
That's a good point.
Who
gave Big Bird parental guidance to get the shot? Where was his parents?
Mama
That's a good
Bird and
question.
Daddy Bird.
There is no Mama Bird and Daddy Bird. Stop making up stuff. Propaganda queen.
So where did Big Bird come from?
I have no idea.
So why are you making Big Bird have no parents?
Because he doesn't have any. But that is a good point. He's 6 years old, so that defeats the purpose. If a 6-year-old can't just walk in and get the COVID shot, right?
Y'all confusing me.
That's my point. It's nonsense. It's silly. It's foolishness.
You might be overanalyzing it.
When a person starts digging and asking questions, these are the answers you get.
Big Bird's father is a yellow-winged, liver-lilied fender bender.
Go in your room.
Never heard of him. Mm-hmm. You ever heard of Big Bird?
Big
Daddy?
Bird also has cousins, FYI.
What's his dad's name?
Let me see. Big Bird mentions that who his father is. Maybe he isn't telling us. Big Bird's mommy is the mother of Big Bird on Sesame Street, unlike Grover's mommy, who plays a dynamic role in her son's life.
What's the mom's name?
This is why I said go in your room.
You're asking too many questions, right? So now nothing makes sense.
Go in your room.
Okay.
It's time to sleep. You do your homework yet?
And Big Bird is mostly raised by his Granny Bird and Aunt Nanny Bird.
Eat your vegetables.
Never seen any of these people.
Me neither.
Well, do y'all watch Sesame Street still?
Yes. We've watched it enough to know we ain't never seen Big Bird parents.
Yeah, unless they just started adding those people. I don't remember none of them.
Okay, so his grandmother appears to be his closest relative. Okay.
It's time to sleep. Good night.
Oh, he has a song called You're the Mom for Me.
And that is front page news, all right? Sesame Street version. Now, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open again. 800-585-1051 is The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
I'm dialing. Hey, what you doing, man? I'm dialing. I'm calling you.
This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
What up, though, Breakfast Club?
What up, though?
What up, though?
It's Drake from Saginaw, Michigan.
All right, what's going on, brother?
I was calling to wish my wife a happy birthday today, 31st birthday today.
All right,
happy
say
birthday.
Your name, man.
Happy birthday, man. I love you, Jaquavian. It's Jaquavian. Can I shout out her Instagram?
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Her fitness page, man, is J Fitness.
Salute to your queen, King.
Fitness 001.
All right, brother.
Salute to your queen, brother.
Hello, who's this?
Man, this is Tony Kimbrough.
Tony, what up? Get it off your chest, brother.
How you doing, solid man?
Peace, King. How are you, brother?
I'm doing good, man. I just want to tell my wife, Brittany Blue, I love her, man. She's doing real good. She done got a master's. Now she's trying to take her license, and now she's her license for therapy, and she's studying real hard. So I just want to tell her I salute her, and I love her.
Oh, she a black woman?
My queen. That's a black queen.
Hey, salute to her. Tell her we need more black women in the mental health space, man. We need more black women therapists, psychiatrists, so salute to her.
Appreciate it. Major love.
All right, brother. Hello, who's this?
What's going on, Breakfast Club? This is Front Page Joe. How y'all doing this morning?
What up, brother? Get off your chest.
What's going on? I just wanted to commend y'all on that interview with Dr. Sanjay. Not for Sanjay, but for you guys, because y'all killed it with the questions. That was dope. And NB, you sounded more concerned, the most I've ever heard you prior to you getting your jab. You know what I'm saying? And great questions on that. And my thing is, with Sanjay, he's just a medical doctor, man. I mean, as far as a neurosurgeon, he's really not a biochemist, so he really can't tell people what's going on with the vaccine as far as that, like we all study. And Charlamagne, you raised some great questions, obvious questions, and the man just couldn't answer them. And it was like, I just wanted the brothers and sisters to see this out here. Like, this is garbage. This agenda is like going way too far. He's selling books right now. This ain't about the people.
Damn.
Yeah, I just got questions. I got concern for my kids. That's all. So when it comes to my kids, I ask a zillion and one questions. I try to make sure I'm as knowledgeable as I can be when it comes to my kids.
Absolutely. I heard that. And again, where do we go from here now? Because these mandates are out there, and like you said, medical doctors, if we don't have them, we're firing right now. It's just retarded. Like the thing is, it's just stupid.
So who do you listen to?
Listen to you guys from the beginning. Okay. And right about now, it's all confusing.
I think the smartest thing to do is listen to the so-called experts, listen to the experts, and just make your own decisions, brother. That's what I do.
Absolutely.
All right, brother. Thank you, man.
You got it, brother.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Let's go. This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed. Say it with your chest. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
So if you got something on your mind, let it out.
Hello, who's this?
MB, what's up, MB?
Oh, we missed you yesterday, Trav.
Hey, Yeezy.
Hey, Trav, what's up, boo?
How you doing, babe? Where's Star at? Star.
Trav, what's happening, sis?
Listen, we lose one game. Star, who said we was going 16-1, Star?
I have no idea. They don't understand how football works.
One game in the NFL goes crazy.
Yeah, but it's okay. We still with the Cowboys just like their mama still with their daddy without a ring. We gonna be fine.
We still in second place.
All right, hey, we gonna be fine. Hey, Envy, guess what, Envy?
Yes, sir.
We still going to the bowl, baby.
That's right.
We still going to the bowl.
That's right.
You ain't going to that type of bowl. You going to the toilet bowl.
I know that's what you wish. That's what the Giants are now. That's what you want us to be with y'all there at the bottom of it. But we gonna be all right.
I do want to give out some condolences to the people at Astro World, man. I've been to Made in America, and I've had like that flight panic of being in that crowd like that. Mm-hmm. So I can only imagine what it would feel like being in the crowd, actually like drowning in it, something like that, man. That's like a horrible tragedy.
That's how I feel every time I see them festivals, though. My anxiety always goes through the roof because I'm like, just imagine being out there with all those people. Like I just never was into wanting to be in that crowd.
Yeah, I don't even know, but how do you make it safer? Because you got so many people. Do you limit the amount of people that can come? Do you make sections? Like, in some festivals they have sections, but
I have no idea.
How do you do it? I saw this picture that has sections of people like standing behind these little like barricades and stuff, and it was like set up like in like little columns and like rows, and I don't know how that would work.
But that's what they said. They said the kids.
They said hop those fences.
They said the kids tore the barricades down at
they hop those sections. That's the problem.
Oh, I don't know what you can do.
I don't know either, man. I'm sending all those families healing energy.
Absolutely, and condolences.
Crazy situation.
All right, y'all.
Thank you, brother. Hello, who's this?
Yo, good morning, Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Good morning.
Get it off your chest, brother.
Yeah, well, I don't really got nothing to get off my chest. I just want to say that, me and my wife, we just closed on our house last week.
Congrats,
man.
Congratulations, King.
No doubt. I appreciate it. I want to give my flowers to all three of y'all. I listen to y'all every morning. I'm a truck driver. I'm out here doing my thing. I moved from New York, and I live down in Georgia now. And I listen to you. You guys have done a lot for the community, for everybody. Charlamagne, you are the man.
Thank you, King.
And Angela Yee, you're a beautiful queen. Congratulations on everything you got going on.
Thank you.
DJ Envy, how can a brother get a big truck in the car show? Let's do this.
I have no problem putting a big truck in the car show. Is it customized or is it just a regular 18-wheeler?
Yeah. No, it's customized. I did my interior, I did my lights, running lights, all of that.
All right. Well,
I'm trying to get it on.
Well, we could talk about it. Send me some pictures. I mean, we ain't gonna be able to do Miami car show, but we could probably do Atlanta car show when we come back around next year.
All right. No doubt. That's what's up, bro. I appreciate that. Well, I'm glad that I got to. Wow, I'm on the radio. Let's do this.
All right. Congrats, brother.
Peace, King.
All right, bro. Y'all be good, man. Have a great day, and God bless all three of y'all.
You too now, brother. Hello, who's this?
Oh, this is A-Rod.
A-Rod, what up? Get it off your chest.
It's been in my chest for about 2 months now. I just want to ask Charlamagne that why can't you just accept that Mr. Do-Right Kill Everything is better than Michael Jackson?
Man, shut up. No, I'm sending you healing energy, my brother. Have a great day, okay? All right?
Well, why?
You just calling up here to raise my blood
Plead
pressure.
your case. Why you think Drake is better than Michael Jackson?
I'm not having this conversation.
Why not?
How old are you?
That's all you got?
I'm 23.
Exactly.
So Mr. Do-Right Kill Everything, Drake himself is now the greatest rapper of all time.
Could you like just go do something with your life, sir? You don't got nothing you could be doing this morning. You ain't got a job you can go to. Something. Go help your mama clean her basement. Like, is there anything you could do? I don't want you. I hate that.
I'm just asking you that. Why can't you accept that?
I'm not having this conversation with you on why Michael Jackson is better than Drake. You're not about to raise my blood pressure early this morning. Okay. Hey, you ever seen
Michael Jackson.
You ever seen that meme with that old man eating breakfast and the young man asked him a dumb question? He said, "Man, just shut the up."
I don't even think that Drake would say that he's better than Michael Jackson.
You don't think so?
No.
Well, you have a good morning. Where you on your way to work to? Where you work, bro?
I'm working Uber right now.
All right.
I'm just texting, always listen to you guys on the radio every day. I appreciate everybody. Love all y'all.
Man, I pray to God that I never get in the Uber with you, man. Can you imagine being in the backseat of the Uber and then the Uber driver be like, "Hey, man, why you think Drake better than Michael Jackson? Let me out right now."
And take the long way to his crib. And just
1
keep
star.
Asking, just keep asking and just start playing Drake music
1 star.
over and over
1 star.
and over. All right, man, have a good one.
By the way,
you as well.
Salute to Drake, but come on, man, stop asking stupid questions. Drake and Michael Jackson. There's only one Michael Jackson. One. 101.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. There's only one Drake, too. We have rumors on the way, Yee?
Yes, and let's talk about Missy Elliott. She is getting her flowers. We want to make sure that we give them to her on The Breakfast Club as well.
All right, we'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get to the rumors. Let's talk Missy.
It's time.
She's spilling the tea. This is the Rumor Report with Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
So Missy Elliott got her star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame yesterday. Congratulations to Missy Elliott.
Mm-hmm.
Well deserved. She has won 4 Grammys, sold more than 30 million records worldwide. She definitely has influenced decades of artists as well. Including to this day, she's still working. She did an interview. You know, she doesn't do a lot of interviews anymore. And she was talking about her health, and that was a big factor for why she had to slow things down. You know, she does have Graves' disease, and she felt like she needed a refresh. She said, like a computer before I crashed. Thankfully, the music we've done was so futuristic that it doesn't feel dated. It has stood the test of time, and those records continue to be out there. She talked about writing for another artist, if she writes specifically for them. She said she just did a song with Ari Lennox. And she said, she was like, look, I know I could give you the one safe, but I want to give you something that is totally unexpected. Let's reach. And lately, she said she records every day. She's been doing it for so long. She said, I would feel crazy not doing it. I've had like 3 vacations in my whole career. And even though I was trying to rush to get back and record, I'm mostly focusing on other artists right now. So here is Janet Jackson, who introed Missy Elliott on that Hollywood Walk of Fame.
I just want to say to you that the generations that you've inspired, the iconic videos that you've given us, your music, kids still live for it to this very day. You are always ahead of the curve, Jack. It's been a long journey on a very tough road that only few arrive to. Legends.
Also, LL Cool J gave her some words.
You know, I think about it often because I know, honestly, if you were a man, you would be in a lot of those GOAT conversations because you just put so much work in and the level of talent and the skill and the writing. And, you know, people don't understand how much creativity it takes to make something simple and dope. They only think about painting pictures in hip hop, but they don't understand how difficult it is to achieve beautiful simplicity.
All right, here is Missy Elliott receiving her honor.
There's times I've been sick, anxiety, depression, and through the grace of God and faith, I've kept going. If I hadn't, I wouldn't be standing here in front of a star. I've come here 20-some years ago and just used to walk past all of these stars and just imagine. It's just a blessing to dream big, and it truly happened.
In addition, she also, in true Missy Elliott fashion, paid respects to other women.
I kind of give this to my female MCs in hip-hop. I want to say I love each and every one of y'all, the ones that's popping now, the ones that's about to be popping. But I want to give a big shout out to the godmothers, and that is Queen Latifah, Moni Love, Sha Rock, Angie Stone, Roxanne Shante, Yo-Yo, MC Light, Salt and Pepper. Y'all stood up for something so we could sit comfortably. So I thank y'all for this moment.
Drop one of clues bombs for all those queens she mentioned. Columbia, South Carolina's own Angie Stone, Queen Latifah, legends.
Missy Elliott is definitely a GOAT in my eyes.
Yeah,
she's done so much for this industry, behind the scenes, in front of the scenes. She's, like she says, futuristic. She's changed when people stayed the same way. So shout to Missy.
And they need to stop playing and just go ahead and do the Missy Elliott versus Busta Rhymes. Just go ahead and do that versus.
I think it's up to her, though. She has said that she doesn't want to do a versus and she doesn't want to battle. So I'm sure we would all love to see Missy Elliott do one.
Yeah, it don't have to be a battle. It could be a celebration because, I mean, you got two people that were super innovative. And, you know, like we've always said, it can be the videos and the songs versus.
All right. Now, Wendy Williams says that she is making progress, but it's taking longer than she expected. She wrote on Instagram, as everyone knows, my health has been a hot topic. I'm making progress, but it's just one of those things. I'm a woman of a certain age, and I know enough to listen to my doctors and will return to my purple chair as soon as we all agree I'm ready. I want to thank all my staff and our guest hosts for stepping up and stepping in while I can't be there. So some people are saying she's not going to return until 2022, but others are saying they're optimistic that she will make her return before then, as she is treated for complications stemming from Graves' disease.
I'm sending her healing energy. I'm taking the rest of the year off if I'm her, though. It's already, November 9th? Mm-hmm. Yeah, might as well ride it out to 2022.
All right, and Tamron Hall's syndicated daytime talk show has gotten 2 more season renewals, so congratulations to her. She released a statement. ABC's decision to give our show a 2-season renewal is beyond my wildest dreams. I'm so lucky to have such great partners from ABC to all of our stations across the country and an amazing team who all support the spirit of the show.
Dropping the clues bombs for Tamron Hall. She deserves it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, that is your rumor report.
All right, now we got front page news next. What are we talking about?
Yes, and we'll talk about Ahmaud Arbery, and the first police officer who responded to the scene of the fatal shooting is going to talk about what happened from his point of view.
All right, we also got a major announcement next as well. So, all right, it's the Breakfast
Club.
Announcement? Yes.
Oh, okay.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Warner Brother Pictures presents King Richard, based on a true story that will inspire the world. Watch Will Smith's portrayal of Richard Williams, father of 2 of the greatest sports legends, Venus, Serena, and A Plan for Greatness. In theaters and on HBO Max. King Richard, November 19th, rated PG-13.
Let me put a little bit of the Breakfast Club up in your lifestyle.
DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God.
You all rocking with the best.
All right. Now, we know my car show. Shout out to everybody. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning, by the way. The car show, my car show, the Drive Your Dreams car show goes down December 12th in Miami. Now, hit the drum roll. Let's name some of the artists that's going to be there, that their cars are going to be there. First and foremost, my guy 50 Cent. He's going to have his cars at the car show. My brother, N-O-R-E, Drink Champs. Nori's going to have some cars at the car show. Now, the funny thing about me and Nori is me and Nori started off driving caravans. Actually, Nori was in the back of my caravan when we used to go to all these label interviews and label things. But now Nori said he's giving me a couple of cars for the car show.
Okay.
Also, the Queen of Miami, Trina, will have some cars at the car show, the Drive Dreams car show. What up, Trina?
Okay, Trina. Dropping the clues bombs for Trina.
My guy DJ Khaled will have some cars at the Drive Your Dreams car show. Now also, my Dominican side, as Charlamagne would say, I got Nicky Jams, Anuel, and Prince Royce. They're all bringing their cars to the Drive Your Dreams car show in Miami, December 12th. Tory Lanez is going to bring some cars to the car show. Yo Gotti has a fleet in Miami, and he's bringing some cars to the car show.
Rake it up, break it down, bag it up.
Back it up, back it up, back it up. Also, my brother Flo Rida. We got some of that pop money gonna bring some cars to the car show in Miami. And last but not least, Dwayne Wade is bringing some cars to the Drive Your Dreams Car Show Miami 12/12 at the Miami Beach Convention. All right, it's a family fun day.
What about E-Class? You ain't holler at E-Class?
I got some more people coming.
Oh,
I got some
okay,
more people
okay.
coming. All right, I got some more people. But for right now, we got Dwayne Wade, Flo Rida, 50 Cent, Nicky Jams, Nori, Anuel, Prince Royce, Trina, Khaled, Tory Lanez, and Yo Gotti. Some of the celebrity cars that will be at the Celebrity Car Show in Miami. Of course, it's Carnival Games, face painting for the kids. There will be a Santa for kids to take picture. We're giving toys to the kids and a host of other things. We're going to have monster trucks. NASCARs will be in there. So just get your tickets if you haven't got your tickets. It's going to be a family, fun, safe day.
So you doing a car show every month now?
No, this is the last one. Next one is July in Atlanta.
Okay.
So we do 3 a year. Okay. All right. Well, now let's get in some front page news. All right, let's start off with sports. In Monday Night Football, the Steelers beat the Bears 29-27. And shout out to Steph Curry. He went off for 50 points last night. 50 points, 10 assists. They beat the Hawks 127-113.
Y'all gonna stop fronting on that beige boy named Steph Curry. I'm telling you right now, Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors, that's my pick to win the NBA championship this year.
That's right. Leader of the light skin. Now, Golden State Warriors, they have the best record in the NBA.
Absolutely is, by the way.
Him and Drake.
Steph might be over Drake because Drake works with Steph Curry. Don't act like Drake don't work with Steph Curry. Yeah. Drake actually has Steph's number tattooed on him. That says a lot. I don't think Steph got no owl nowhere on his body.
Yeah, leader light
Or no O's, or no V's, or no O's. I don't know. I could be wrong.
My goodness. All right, what else we talking about, Yeezy?
Well, let's talk about Ahmaud Arbery. Jurors were shown yesterday graphic close-up police photos of the gunshot wounds that killed Ahmaud Arbery. And this was really sad because his mom was actually in there and she let out like an exhale when they had to show these photos. And the first police officer who responded to the scene of that fatal shooting testified that William Roddy Bryan Jr., who's a man who recorded video of Arbery being chased, never told him that a citizen's arrest of Arbery was being made. So, the defense is supposedly that Gregory McMichael and his son Travis McMichael were trying to do a citizen's arrest. They're saying that Ahmaud Arbery was going into this home that the homeowner had up that was for sale, that there were items missing, and so they were trying to do a citizen's arrest, but none of that was said.
What does that look like? Is that real? That's a real thing? You can actually do a citizen's arrest? I always see that on TV shows and movies. You can really do that in real life?
They say, but who's going to stop? Nobody's going to be like, freeze this citizen's arrest. No.
Right, and as we all recall, father and son Greg and Travis McMichael armed themselves, used a pickup truck to pursue Arbery after they spotted him jogging in their neighborhood. And so no arrests were made for more than 2 months until the video of the killing leaked online. So we are following this because, again, we discussed this, but there's only one black juror on this panel of 12. The other 11 are white.
How is that a jury of your peers?
It's not.
Exactly.
It's definitely not.
Who's supposed to be tried by the jury of peers? Them, right?
Everybody.
Everybody? Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right, now there was a nightmare IVF mix-up. I don't know what you would do in this situation, but 2 mothers ended up giving birth to each other's babies. And 4 months after giving birth, the families then swapped babies to return the children to their rightful parents. But you can imagine how devastating that is. Alexander and Daphne Cardinal were already the proud parents of a young girl. But when she kept asking for a sibling, they did in vitro fertilization at a clinic their friend recommended. On their second try, she got pregnant, carried a baby girl to term. But when they saw the healthy child, they said the child had darker skin and dark hair. And the husband said he knew something was off. And for months, he commented on the baby's appearance, and then they got a DNA test. And when they got the results, when the baby was 2 months old, they were shocked neither parent was related to the child. The fertility clinic transferred to Daphne an embryo that belonged to strangers. Now, the couple was wondering what happened to their embryo. And as it turned out, another couple carried their biological child to term. So effectively, both babies got swapped. The other family sent a photo of the baby they'd given birth to, who has light skin and blonde hair. And they ended up having to swap babies.
Yeah, we're gonna need the California Center for Reproductive Health
4
to come
months
to the front
old.
of the congregation this morning.
But how you just swap babies? Like after 4, you be like, you know what? You go over here, I'll take. Like that's weird because you're connected. There's a bond, right?
Yeah, that's why I made it really tragic. But
you want your baby though. But
yeah, you want your baby. No matter what, it's devastating.
That's wild. Do you want your baby after that?
Yes.
Yes.
After 4 months.
But you gonna
yes.
give up? You gonna give up the 4-month-old?
It's
Yes,
the
I
other
want my
couple's
child.
baby.
It's early.
Wow.
We'll figure it out.
All right,
The kids
well-
won't even remember this.
The kids won't remember. The kids won't even remember this.
Okay.
That is your front page news.
All right. Now, when we come back, Ed Sheeran will be joining us. We're going to kick it with Ed Sheeran, talk about his new project and everything
New
he got
album
going
Equals
on.
is out
Mhm.
right now.
So we're going to kick it with Ed Sheeran when we come back. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
Yes, indeed.
Ed Sheeran, welcome back.
Nice to be back.
Yes, he started off already telling us things are different now from the last time he was here.
You were saying last time you were here, you weren't here, but
Nope.
Him, Charlamagne, and myself, we got so drunk.
How long ago was that?
I don't even know. I
That
couldn't
was
even drive home.
2017 because I remember I went to Atlantic Warner afterwards and they were doing like a party for Divide Doing Well and I was so lit up that I just didn't really. They were introducing me to all these new artists they just signed and I was just there being like, I can't even have a conversation. It was bad. I mean, by about 10:30 in the morning, I was probably the most drunk that I've been that.
What is the
that
time
year.
difference for you? So if
Well, also, I feel like being an Englishman sometimes with Irish blood. There's I got to kind of keep, keep my composure when I'm drinking. I don't want people to think I can't handle it. But afterwards, I really couldn't handle it.
I couldn't even drive home. I had to sit in the back for like 2 hours.
You wore glasses then too, right?
Yeah, I did. I got my eyes lasered.
Oh yeah, we did that. Me and Envy did that.
Yeah, I always was freaked out by it, and then my brother got it done, and it completely changed his life. And what it was having a daughter and being like, I've never seen her properly. I've always seen her through Perspex lenses. So I went and got them lasered, and best thing I've ever done.
Wow.
Your daughter influenced a lot. Already.
Yeah,
You got your
well,
eyes
man, my
fixed,
life shifted so much. I mean, same thing,
Yeah.
6 times.
Yeah, I don't say I got 5 and 1 on the way. I got 5 and 1 on the way.
Congratulations,
Thank
man.
you.
Congratulations.
Any day now, we're waiting. Any
You're
day.
going to be entering into the trenches again, man.
That's right. So how's it been being a new dad? How did you take that on?
It sort of happened, but yeah, I think you just kind of shift into this new norm where you get up at 2:30 in the morning and have a play and then nap where you can and yeah. So, but she's in a routine now. So she goes to bed at 7 and she wakes up about 5.
You guys both got COVID together, right? You and your daughter.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
was it the two of you isolated alone? Because I know Cherry wasn't there.
Yeah, no, she wasn't there. And it was fun. But when you're like trying to get better, you can't say to her, "Hey, let's just watch a movie. Can we just chill out for a second?" But it was good. It was really, really nice spending all that time with her. But yeah, Ches was living next door and cooking dinners and stuff like that.
How was
nice.
it on your daughter? How was it? Throwing up? Was it diarrhea? Was it constantly crying? How did it affect her?
Just fever, diarrhea, sleep. I mean, like coughing. It was all the things. I don't know if it affected her taste. Obviously, 'cause she's 14 months, but it was all the thing. But she had it in summer as well. My wife had it in summer, and I didn't get it. It was I don't understand it sometimes.
So your daughter had it twice?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is crazy. Were you ever scared that it was going to be even worse? Because that's a scary thing.
Well, they say with kids it's actually all right. I mean, we didn't know because Cherry got pregnant before the pandemic started. We didn't really know what was. So we just avoided everyone. So yeah, but now because loads of my friends have had it, some have had it bad, some haven't had it bad, and it's a roll of a dice, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
When it comes to body clocks, right? How's your daughter's body clock being over here in America? Does she get up crazy early?
Yeah. So I got in at 2 a.m. from SNL because you finish at like 1:15 or whatever. I got in at 2 a.m. and then she was up at 4. I was like, go to sleep. But we do a thing now because I never let her have screens in front of her. So when the screen is in front of her, it's like crack. And do your kids watch Paw Patrol?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
My God. There's something in that show, right? Because I like The Simpsons, and I put on The Simpsons, and Lyra's just not interested. It's kind of like this. And you put on Paw Patrol.
I don't know if that's
instantly.
for kids.
No, but I swear they make this show specifically for kids to just be
that
glued in
SpongeBob.
on.
Octonauts, and Peppa Pig.
Peppa Pig too.
So Peppa Pig is based on a scrotum.
What?
A scrotum.
Google Peppa Pig's dad right now.
Huh.
Google it.
So they're going to like it even more now.
What? Shut up, dude. Peppa Pig's dad is based on scrotums. Like
Bro. Look,
Oh my God.
Come on, man. Come on.
Where did you get this from, Ed? You need to stop going down these long
can find anything
these
on
YouTube
Google.
rabbit holes.
A friend of mine, he told me it one day. I don't know if he knows something that I don't, but he said Peppa Pig is based on a scrotum, and I haven't been able to unsee it.
Are you
since.
scrotum shaming?
No, no. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If you're watching a TV show with your kids, do you
Now you said you slowed down drinking
massively.
You stopped smoking cigarettes.
Well,
you did for a while.
No, so I do stop smoking cigarettes. I cut out everything. So my vice every now and then is I'll have a cigarette.
You lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, a ton.
And this is
You can see it though.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
Is this all for the baby, or because he was like, I want to live longer for my baby. I want to do better for my.
Well, it's kind of a domino effect. I cut out spirits and other stuff, and then suddenly I would wake up earlier in the morning and be like, "Oh man, I actually feel like going for a run." And then you would run, or go and do the gym and do weights or whatever, and then suddenly your body would start looking better, and I'd start having more self-confidence, and clothes that I didn't think would look nice on me or fit me started doing it, and then I was like, "Oh, this is nice." So then you eat less food, and then you exercise more, and it's just a domino effect of. As I said in the song Bad Habits, like all bad habits lead to other things. If I have one beer, then I'm going to want another beer, and then I'm going to want a shot, and then I might want a cigarette, and then I might want a Big Mac, and those are all the things. But with healthy it's if I drink water all day long, it makes me feel great, and then if I feel great, I might exercise, and if I feel great and exercise, I'm going to have a good night's sleep, and if I have a good night's sleep, I'm more likely to want to get up early in the morning and go and do it all again. So it's just a domino effect, but it's getting into it is the difficult thing of having these habits of. I love wine. I love having a bottle of wine before bed, but then I would always wake up feeling sluggish and feeling like and then when you cut that out, you realise that there's so much more you can do with your day.
Are you ready to be shirtless with playing the guitar? That's what you're going for?
I don't know, man. I did a topless thing in the Shape of You video because I remember getting really like skinny for that. And I kind of because I was so fat before, I wanted to show people like, no, I'm not fat anymore. But yeah, I don't know, man. That's not really my thing.
You know, I was watching something, and they said that when you were younger, you thought you were gay. And this came. Charlamagne and I were having a conversation the other day. I remember getting an earring when I was a kid, and my dad thought I was gay. And then Charlamagne one time he said one of the members of New Edition looked cute.
Don't tell my story. Okay, I've already told my story.
Do you know, I definitely...
No comment, Ed.
No, I worded that wrong. I want to say I worded it wrong, and I never ever want to perpetuate stereotypes. All I was saying was when I was a kid, I had interests that people at my school used to take the piss out of me for, and they used to say certain things, and it did make me question it. But I never want to be someone that is saying because there's a stereotype, you have to like this. So it was an interview. The context of it was an interview in the Netherlands about this podcast about being like really masculine and being into things. And I was saying when I was younger, this is what I was into, and because there was a certain stereotype in the 90s, I did question it. But I do apologise to anyone that I would have offended. I worded it wrong, but I gave an answer to a question.
But if you grew up in a certain area, you totally understand. Like what Envy was saying about the earring, or even me, when all my influences were women. So I'm around my sister and my girl cousins, and I'm just trying to be down. So they talking about somebody being cute. So I just jump in like, yeah, he's cute. And, you know, my dad threw me in the yard and let my older cousins beat me up.
Well, I think it's perfectly natural to... People are just into what they're into, and it doesn't. A stereotype doesn't mean that you have to be a certain way. I have, I just feel like we're all human beings, and we all like what we like. And I think the reason it got picked up on in the press is because I had worded it and perpetuated a stereotype, but I just didn't mean it in that way, basically.
But also the podcast was a podcast about masculinity, right?
In the context of the podcast, yeah, I said it, and often things get taken, quoted, put on Twitter, and then I mean, you guys know.
Doesn't that suck, man? It makes you not want to talk.
But the thing is, it does, and I could just stop doing interviews, but then like people don't actually really get to know the real you. So I'd rather do interviews, and then every now and then like slip up and have to be like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that, than just not ever do it at all.
All right, we got more with Ed Sheeran. When we come back, don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking with Ed Sheeran. You ever surprised how many hip hop artists love you and love your work? Whether I think it was Rod Wave that came up with one of your number. I seen you with Papoose the other night.
Yeah.
Did that ever surprise you?
Do you know, I kind of liken it to Phil Collins. I'm not accepted by my genre. I thought it was quite telling that my album came out and the only people that emailed me in depth about liking it were like Dave and Stormzy and whoever, like people from the UK rap and UK grime scene and stuff like that. And my peers largely, I feel, in the pop scene often don't want me to succeed. It's often like that. No, but I
why do you
feel
feel
it.
that? Why?
I don't know. I've never felt accepted by my scene, and I've always listened to rap music. I've always listened to R&B. I've listened to bashment. I've listened to Afrobeat. Like that's what I would choose to listen to. So I think there's an element of when I say understanding the culture, I don't feel like I'm necessarily a huge part of it, but I definitely understand it way more than
you relate to it.
Yeah, and especially UK culture, because it's like that's what I grew up with, and that's what I've always been plugged into. So the reason I give the Phil Collins analogy is he's largely in the pop sphere in the 80s and 90s was considered quite uncool, but then the hip hop scene love Phil Collins, and they're kind of like, no,
I think we liked Heated Tonight. Yeah, I don't know if they loved
in the
air tonight.
He's Heated Tonight in the air.
In the air tonight. I don't know if they loved Phil Collins.
Anyway, I thought
maybe in the UK. I don't know if here it was like
I
a
don't
big.
know. I mean, Phil Collins was dope,
Phil
but I don't
Collins.
know. I know Phil Collins can't rap "Gangstar Right Where You Stand" word for word though.
No.
Ed can spit it word for word. You still can spit that word for word?
I think so. I don't even want to fight with you, man. I leave you right where you stand. You can catch a few shells, won't go right through your polo, man. Usually I'm Dolo and I got a crazy team. Carl Kiss the ride on you. Watch for the laser beam. It's that OG flavor. Remind you of a corner bodega and that OG behavior. All from around trying to scuffle with chumps. Long crank, got the poacher pound, plus the double pumps. Trouble something, anyone to stand in the way. I stand and I spray. If your man's in the way, your girl want me because I do it better than you. Yeah, anyway.
I said, Ed, how the f*** do you know that?
I don't know that.
Ed said me and my dude used to ride around in our hoodies through, I don't know if it was your town or London, somewhere.
Oh, mate, yeah, my home. So, man, hip-hop's is everywhere in England. More so, do you know what's wonderful now? Is in the sort of 90s, early 2000s, like, US hip-hop culture was English hip-hop culture, and people would dress and make music and sometimes even rap in the same accent. But now, and I think it's because of streaming services, that our number one music genre in England now is British rap, British grime, British drill, British R&B, and it's the same in France. The biggest rappers in France are French, the biggest rappers in Germany are German, the biggest rappers in Sweden are Swedish. And I'm not like US culture influences to a point of like sometimes stylistically and blah blah blah, but also now European culture can also influence US culture, and it's quite a nice full circle moment, I think.
And it's just dope. Like, I like Stormzy, I like Dave. You put me on to Dave. I just think they just dope. Like, you just throw it on. If you can get past, for me, once I get past the accent, yeah, that's it.
The accent.
What made you decide it was the right time to get married?
I bought the ring 6 months after I started dating her. So I was like, I knew from the jump, I was like, I'm going to get married to her. But she, her parents never got married. They were together for 30 years. They are married now. I think because we got married, they were like, I think we should probably get married. But I always knew I wanted to marry her. I just didn't know she wants to marry me because she doesn't come from a married background. Her parents aren't really religious. It's not really a thing. But for me, it's about being a unit.
So how long did you hold on to the ring?
I just had it in my backpack for months and months and months, just waiting for a time.
How many carats was it?
It's
Look at that.
She wears a fake one.
Really?
Yeah.
Because it's that.
She just felt uncomfortable with it.
Oh, gotcha.
She wears a fake one now.
Watching what happened over the weekend, being an artist at Astroland, do you think about that now differently? Because you perform at festivals with 20, 30, 40, 50,000 people.
Yeah.
And, you know, you don't necessarily, I think about it beforehand. So do you think about it now when you're performing and say, how can we move things differently to make sure your fans are safe? Or
I feel like that's such a hot topic. I really don't want to comment on it. I don't want to be the first guy to make like a statement. I think it's such a tragedy, and I don't want to. That's such a hot topic, man.
Yeah. You know, your debut single, A-Team, this summer celebrated 10 years.
Yeah.
What do you think? You know, Ed now would tell Ed 10 years ago.
Don't be afraid of failure. You don't learn anything from your success. You learn everything from your failure. So. Whenever you do something and it doesn't work and you slip and fall over, don't be embarrassed about it, and don't be like the world is judging me, because largely people don't remember the failures. Like I've had so many things that haven't worked, but all people talk about are the hit singles or the gigs that you've sold out. I've spent like 3 years going into boardrooms where people just gave no f***s, and I came with singles that were hits in my own country that just bombed here. You know, I think Lego House went to like 153 or something like that, and that largely is a failure. But no one talks about
Do you
that.
ever have any grudges against people who didn't treat you well in the beginning?
No, because I get it. It's the music industry. It's like I definitely had grudges when I was younger because it knocked my confidence so much that I didn't believe that I could do it. But then when you can't have grudges if you're like having success. The success that I have, I've earned it because of the failures. Was
anyone exceptionally nasty though, where you had to like later on be like, so this feels good to come back here and see you?
I just wouldn't do it. The people that were not exceptionally nasty, but just like I just didn't rate them were like in England. There's some like big musicians that we all grew up listening to, and I remember the first time meeting one of them. I was at the Brit Awards, which is like our Grammys, and I'd won a Brit. Bear in mind, he's like a massive cultural figure in our country, and I'm sitting with my dad, and this guy comes over and he sits down next to me. I've just won my first award, and he goes, "I think your music's terrible, but if you work with me, we can make good music." And I was kind of like, why can't you just say well done? And my dad's there sitting, kind of looking at him, being like, my son's 20. What are you doing? This is like his first award show. And anyway, like he came up to me at the party and apologized, and then doubled down. He was like, "But your music is terrible." But anyway, so
he was a writer or he was an artist?
He's an artist and a writer and everything.
Is he massive?
Yeah, well, I mean, he was, but he I bumped into him again recently, and I don't think he remembers that. So he was like, "Oh man, how are you?" And I was like, "No." So well, just like I just wasn't interested. So they're not that I hold grudges, but again, when something knocks your confidence that much, like I meet new artists now, and even if I'm not like a fan of their music, I'll be like, "Man, congratulations on what you're doing! Like it's so good that you're." I was 20. No one thought I could do it, and I've gone and won the biggest award in UK music. Just go up and say, congratulations.
Has this person had more hit singles than you?
Not now, no.
Okay.
No, he's never had a Billboard #1 single, never had a Billboard #1. He might have had a Billboard #1 album, but I definitely sell more tickets than him.
So you never worked with him?
No, and I never would.
If I guess who the artist is, you got to tell me.
Nah.
You're not gonna guess.
You wouldn't know. It's not
somebody
Noel
in the
Gallagher.
UK that's huge.
I know people, it's not that. It's not Noel Gallagher. Noel has, he's said stuff about me, but also like I played the Teenage Cancer Trust gig for him that he was running. So now like we now get on because I've done some charity stuff with him, and like I think he respects what I've done. I think he said he couldn't live in a world where I headlined Wembley Stadium, but I'll have played it 12 times by the end of next summer. So like I don't. The world still wants to see me in Wembley, even if he doesn't.
All right, we got more with Ed Sheeran. When we come back, don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking with Ed Sheeran. Charlamagne?
Why are you so shook of Adele, man? Why'd you put your album out before she dropped her new Project 30? What's up, man?
Would you not be? I think she sold like something like 3.2 million.
I get it, but you Ed Sheeran though. You still Ed Sheeran?
Yeah, I know, man. But I mean, we all want a #1 record, right? And
it's supposed to be the same week when her album dropped.
No. She's November 19th.
He was like, "Let me hurry up and get this out."
Well, no. I didn't know she was coming with an album until we'd already announced our date, but then obviously like after then I was like, thank we were before that. But yeah, man, she's the biggest artist in the world.
And she hasn't dropped in a while.
And my first album came out when 21 came out, and my second album was just after when 25 came out. And but both of those years, I was #2 selling artists in the world, and she was #1. So I'm not under any illusion that she's not a bigger artist. And artists want #1 records. You do sort of look at a week and go, hey, that looks like a good week to release.
You weren't up for the challenge? You weren't up for the challenge of going head up with...
The only time I've ever been up for the challenge was I was meant to release November 2016 when Bruno was doing 24 Karat Magic, and we're both on the same label. I just thought that would have been fun. A kind of pop version of 50 and Kanye.
Yeah.
And I thought that would have been fun, but then I ended up pushing my album back to March. But that's the only time I've been like, that could be fun.
Damn, are you still writing songs for other artists?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I love it. I just had a Billboard #1 actually with BTS.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
Song called Permission to Dance.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's only my I've had Justin Bieber's Love Yourself went Billboard #1, BTS Permission to Dance went Billboard #1, Shape of You and Perfect. So I've only had 4, so it was a big deal.
Wow.
Big deal getting it. But
I didn't know you wrote K-pop.
Yeah. Well, I actually wrote a song called Make It Right for them. They actually sing in part Korean. It was like really, really cool to do. Do you know, I never thought I would be a performer. I tried to get signed. I'm not a conventionally attractive person, so no one was like, this is going to work. I was also really fat and kind of had dreaded ginger hair and rapped with the Loot Station. So I always knew that I'd be this kind of niche artist that would probably never get signed. But I wrote songs, and I got a cut on an X Factor artist called Ollie Murs, and the album ended up going triple platinum, and that was like my first hit. I was like 17 years old, and I was like, oh, I can make money being a songwriter. Maybe I'll just be a songwriter. So I kind of kept my foot in there. And then when I had success, I was like, one day this will end and I will be a songwriter.
Who would you want to write for? Have you ever like just submitted songs to people? Like,
so Rihanna is always the benchmark. Rihanna is always, when I go in, that's how Shape of You was created. That's how Love Yourself for Justin Bieber was created. Because Rihanna is she's got such great taste in songs that you can't say what Rihanna's style is. It's just good tunes. So when you go in a studio to create a song, always we go, what would Rihanna do? So she'd be someone that I would always love to work with. You know?
Have you ever submitted anything to her? Or?
Yeah. We were meant to do something on collaborations, but it wasn't the right tune.
How did that make you feel knowing she has such good taste but hasn't picked any of your songs yet?
Goodness gracious.
Be honest.
Well, do you know, it happens so I'd submitted songs to Beyonce before, and she hadn't picked any. But then I did Perfect, and she wanted to sing on it. So it's like I know people rate me. It doesn't. But sometimes the songs aren't the right songs, you know.
Do you feel like sometimes your fans keep you in a space where like they have expectations and?
Yeah. Well, no. But the thing is that they don't keep me in that space. They just exist in this space where nothing's better than my first album. It's the thing. You know, it's like Nas Illmatic or Drake Take Care. There's a view of certain albums where people go, oh, you need to make that album again. But that album's been and done, man. And people are in love with the memory of the time of the album. If I were to release Plus now, no one rates that. Like, people listen to it, be like,
Ed, you gotta grow up, man.
No, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So all I can do is write about what's truthful to me now. And I am a dad, and I am 30, and I am going through a quarter-life crisis where I'm questioning like who I am outside of music, because my whole persona is Ed Sheeran, the artist. But when I got off tour, I was like, well, who the am I if I'm not on stage with a guitar? And
you can become a caricature of yourself without even realizing it. Yeah.
Well, and have no other choice but to just keep
being
on,
that character.
Yeah. And I feel like becoming a dad has been. I now have a different persona. You know.
Her middle name is Antarctica.
Antarctica, yeah.
Where did that come from? Just why?
So we had tried for a while to have a kid. We'd started going to doctors. You know, we did a lot of tests, and the doctor just said, when you're back from your trip in Antarctica, we'll like actually sit down and work out a way to do this. And then we went to Antarctica, and Joey got pregnant. And I did think it was a miracle. And so that's why I was like, we should have this in the name. I have to, she'll get older and be like,
Yeah, to your point about what you were saying about being yourself, it's like you just got to be intentional about it. Like, you can't listen to the opinions of other people and be making music because this is what people want from Ed. Like, Ed has to do what Ed wants for himself.
Well, it's a career at the end of the day, and I have to stand by everything that I've done proudly, because as I was saying to you yesterday, if you make a hit that is designed to be a hit and then it's not a hit, what is it? Can you stand by it? So I want to be able to stand by every single album, win or lose, and be like, this is my best bit of work, like it or lump it, rather than try and fit into boxes. And I feel like people listen to this record and they judge it based on production, thinking that I am trying to fit into boxes, but I made a record that I really love, and it will exist how it exists, and if it's my biggest, it's my biggest, and if it's my smallest, it's my smallest, but like, I'm proud of it.
There is a part of me that wants to hear you on different production though, just like R&B, soul records, because I be listening to your lyrics, I'm like, yo, this is some deep he's saying.
Yeah.
So how would it sound on a slower track, maybe?
And I think that is the wonderful thing about having a career, is like, hopefully I've got 15, 20 years more of this, and I will get to that point. I want to go back, and I worked with Rick Rubin on my second record, and my second record was meant to be an acoustic record where I just played acoustic guitar, and Rick had me in the studio for about 6 months making this thing, and then I worked with Pharrell, and I worked with Benny Blanco, and suddenly the record turned a bit more pop. But I'd love to go back in with Rick and make the album that we started trying to make. I would love to work with Raphael Sadiq a bit more. I got to work with him on Don't, and I think there's lots of scope to work with people. But that's the beautiful thing about having a career, and also being genreless. I grew up and you were into genres, right? I was into Blink-182, therefore I liked Green Day, and therefore I liked The Offspring, and then I got into rap music and I liked Eminem, therefore I was into 50 Cent, and therefore I was into Dr. Dre, and then I got a little bit older, and then that sort of disappeared. and I realised there was two genres, and it's good and bad. And no, but it is. You go on a kids playlist now, right? And they're gonna have a Calvin Harris tune, they're gonna have a Kendrick Lamar tune, they're gonna have an Olivia Rodrigo tune, and then they're gonna have some artist that you've never heard of doing a new sort of genre. And the correlation between all of those artists is it's good music, and that is all people actually care about now. And I think when you're in that category of hopefully making good music, there's no barriers. So if I want to make an R&B record tomorrow, I can make one. And it just has to be good. That's the only thing.
Do you have a title for the next album now with all the mathematical?
Yeah, so I've got 5. I've got one more mathematical one, and then I've got 5 more symbols to do. I saw an interview with Quentin Tarantino back in the day where he said he wanted to make 10 Tarantino movies, and then in between he does stuff like Grindhouse or the scene in Sin City that he directed, and I think he was going to do Star Trek at some point, but he's going to do 10 blockbuster Tarantino movies, and then that's it. So I always liked that idea. So I had 5 mathematics records and 5 more symbol records, and then in between I would do I'm going to do a folk record with a trad band that I really like. I might do an R&B record, I might do a dance record, but they won't be part of the blockbusters, if that makes sense. So I'll do for these 5 and these 5, and then be done. I have a slightly morbid idea, but I like the idea of doing 9 and then for like 20 years just chipping away at one and just having it in the back pocket and just having it in my will that the day that I die, this album gets released, and that's your final swan song where you just go, that's it. And I really like the idea of that, basically.
Executive produced by your daughter with all the money. Yeah.
No, I mean all of that, but but just make the perfect album. And then when you die, it's your swan song of like, have you spent a lifetime as an entertainer, and this is your last thing you want to offer to the world, and it comes out the day you die.
Yeah, it could be like, if you're hearing this, I'm dead. Like how Drake had, if you're reading this, it's too late.
Oh my gosh.
That could be the title of the album. If you're hearing this, I'm dead.
Oh my God. Hell.
If you're gonna do it. Hey?
No, I've got the title of it. I'll tell you off mic, because I don't want to. I like announcing albums.
Yeah.
You know,
Please don't announce this one.
Because then that means.
That means
Don't announce this one.
Well, Ed, we appreciate you for joining us, brother.
Mate, thank you. I always feel like we have such a good
couple
chat.
of years, and we're grateful.
Thank you.
One thing, would you ever do The Voice? Because I saw you mentoring Ariana Grande on there. Would you ever be a judge on The Voice?
No. The reason I did it, the reason I went on as a mentor, is I wanted to say to all the kids, like, win or lose, you're winning. You are on the biggest rated television show in America, and people are seeing you every week. And you are talented, so you come off this show, start releasing music. Like, don't suddenly be waiting for the right move or being like, I didn't win it, like my confidence is shot. You just have it as that. But I would find it very difficult, and I know Ariana finds it difficult because I've spoken to her about her sending people home.
Yeah, the great Angie Martinez. That's why she didn't do American Idol back in the day. She was one of the original American Idol judges, and she was like, I don't want to do that to people.
Yeah,
be sending them home, telling them that they're not,
I know, because they are, and I had so many people tell me I couldn't do it, and if I'd have listened to them, I wouldn't be here talking to you guys.
Well, Ed, thank you so much for joining us again.
Absolutely, Equals is out now.
It's Ed Sheeran. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Listen up. This just in.
All the gossip. The Rumor Report. Gossip. With Angela Yee.
It's the Rumor Report.
The Breakfast Club.
Well, it says, what if I told you there's more? That's on the Drink Champs Instagram page. Apparently, there's a part 2 of that Kanye West interview that's broken all kinds of records for Revolt, and here is that trailer.
Man, enough of this already, boy. This is just on the... Okay. You get lit, okay. Unsolicited by me. It's like, okay, well, if I'm crazy and it's up, then it's up. Then it's up. Then it's up. Goddamn, Kanye, it came as Kanye. So we can't meet, we can't have a conversation? Y'all stupid motherfuckers. What the f*** is wrong with you?
I'm dropping the clues bombs for Nori and DJ EFN. Another hour and a half is on its way.
Shout out to Nori and DJ EFN. I love it.
It'll be on Revolt Thursday, and it'll be on the Black Effect iHeartRadio podcast network same night. On Friday morning, sometime.
All right, well, Kanye also hooked up with Jay Prince, and apparently he wants to end his beef with Drake. Now, Jay Prince posted, I met with Kanye last night in H-Town at the Rothko Chapel, It wasn't in my plans to meet him there, but I must say I'm glad I didn't allow a worship place for God to detour our meeting. There will come a time in life where we all should embrace the movement thinking over the moment thinking. Moment thinking gets us stuck in the cycle of confusion, revenge, killings, and things of darkness that take you to a place worse than slavery. Movement thinkers dream of a better tomorrow, a bigger picture, longevity choices, and humbling themselves to forgive. They don't allow fear and pride to stunt their growth, and they're always looking for the good in every situation, and that's where the leaders are separated from the followers. So here is what Kanye West had to say in the video of the two of them together.
I'm making this video to address the ongoing back and forth between myself and Drake. Both me and Drake have taken shots at each other, and it's time to put it to rest. I'm asking Drake on December 7th to join me on stage as a special guest to share the two biggest albums of the year, live in Los Angeles, with the ultimate purpose being to free Larry Hoover. I believe this event will not only bring awareness to our cause, but prove to people everywhere how much more we can accomplish when we lay our pride to the side and come together.
Well, I'm all for those brothers making peace, and it's for a great cause. But why is Kanye reading off the phone?
He didn't want to forget his talking points.
That don't sound like he's being a free thinker. Would have hit, huh?
You tell him to blink if he needs help?
I'm just saying, would have hit way harder if Kanye was speaking that from the heart, because that didn't seem like it was coming from the heart when he's reading from the phone.
Well, that sounded wild in the fact that 3 days ago, before that, he was just shooting at Drake.
Oh, no, I don't mind that, because it's not like they taped the interview 3 days ago. So.
All right, well, Drake is clearly not thinking about this at this moment because he just released his first statement about Astro World and the tragedy at that festival. He said, I spent the past few days trying to wrap my mind around this devastating tragedy. I hate resorting to this platform to express an emotion as delicate as grief, but this is where I find myself. My heart is broken for the families and friends of those who lost their lives and for anyone who is suffering. I will continue to pray for all of them and will be of service in any way I can. May God be with you all.
Great statement. Basically, Drake is like, not right now. Mm-hmm. Not right now, Kanye.
Right. I mean, there's, bigger things happening.
Absolutely.
And Travis Scott, by the way, is refunding all attendees of his Astro World Festival after 8 concert goers died. Over 300 people were injured after a crowd surge. He did release 2 statements in the wake of the incident, and they're saying now that he's just too distraught to play. According to police, they said prior to his time on stage, he was reportedly warned by the Houston police chief, who was concerned about the energy of the crowd. And so there's a lot more investigating going on. But Travis Scott has also said he will help the families of those who died at Astro World Festival. He's offering to pay funeral costs and extending even more help for those who have been affected. He'll be covering any and all funeral costs that might come about for the families of the 8 people who passed away at the concert. He's also going to be partnering with BetterHelp, which is a network of mental health professionals, to offer mental health services for free to anybody who attended the festival who may need to talk through their trauma.
Yeah, I saw that statement from the sheriff. I was a little confused because he was basically like, he had, concerns about the crowd, which they do for every rap crowd. But he said the conversation was respectful, and, Travis and his team abided by the rules, basically.
Right. So I guess he's just talking about, I think he was just, everybody's giving details about what happened as they're doing an investigation.
Yeah, that didn't make sense. And they seemed like he was trying to throw the blame, but they said they had concerns. They said it ended respectfully. I guess they followed all protocols. What was that about?
Well, I don't think they were trying to blame him, but they were just discussing what happened prior to the show because they did say it was respectful.
Yeah.
All right. Now, Fortnite has also halted the sale of Travis Scott emotes days after that tragedy. It's the dance moves or other actions that your character can perform in the game. And so right now they're halting the sale of those.
Why? I have to ask why. Like, he didn't incite a riot. He hasn't been charged with anything. I can understand if he was encouraging the behavior by telling folks to push or fight or whatever.
Well, they put it on sale to coincide with the music festival, Astro World. So maybe because of the tragedy at Astro World, they felt like, let's just not profit off of this. Especially he's giving all the money back to concert goers. So maybe Fortnite said, let's not make money off of Astro
shouldn't they
World.
say that? Because if not, they make it seem like they're incriminating him for something. Like he did something wrong. Like by taking him off Fortnite. Like if it is what you said, shouldn't they say that instead of saying, hey, we're just removing him?
Yeah, there's just no explanation right now.
That's
And
crazy.
they're not making a comment. All right, but thousands of people have signed a petition to cancel Travis Scott's Coachella performance. And so right now, they have done this whole petition. They claim the tragic and unnecessary deaths at Astroworld occurred due to Scott's own gross negligence and sheer lack of compassion for human life.
Has this happened before? Because
Yes,
I mean, no,
has.
I'm not talking about. We've known that tragic events at concerts have happened before.
Correct.
I was reading this article on CNN. They got a whole list of them. 36 people killed at an electronic music concert in 2016. 8 people died at a Pearl Jam concert. 11 people died at a Who concert. But I'm saying, has it ever happened to where the artist is getting crucified like Travis seems to be?
I mean, it seems strange because, right? Isn't there a promoter, somebody that put this on, somebody that did promotions? I'm sure they hired
Live
Travis Scott to
Nation,
perform. Right? They hired him to
Well,
perform.
it is his festival.
But
it's the Astroworld Festival.
But is he responsible for the venue?
I
Is he
can't
responsible for
listen.
security?
This is all right now while
No,
they're
I'm sure
investigating.
they pay him to do that. They probably pay him to use his name for that festival. And, like, he doesn't handle security. He doesn't handle all that other stuff. He performs. Like
Listen, I can't answer these questions right now, but I do want to say it is really sad and a tragedy. I was
It's
looking at
definitely
this
sad and a tragedy.
9-year-old
It's definitely
who's
sad.
in a coma after everything
Absolutely.
happened, and I saw his grandfather speaking on what happened.
seen that yesterday. Yeah,
the
very
father
sad.
passed out. He had his son who's 9 on his shoulders.
Horrible.
And now the child has damage to his kidney, lungs, heart. He's suffering from brain swelling. And
Horrible.
so,
I'm
really,
just
really
asking
sad.
questions because like I said, when the 8 people
is
died at a
horrible,
Pearl
but
Jam
yeah.
concert in 2000, I'm wondering, did Pearl Jam get crucified like this? I don't know. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention back then. When 11 people
don't
died
think
at a
so.
Who concert in '79, did the Who get the
I
blame like
definitely
this?
could not answer that.
That's
I don't
why
know
I
anything
don't
about
know.
a Who or
That's
Pearl
why I'm-
Jam concert.
That's
so.
why I'm asking.
It's
But
tragic
that is your
regardless.
rumor report.
It's tragic regardless. I just don't like the finger pointing, in my opinion.
Mm.
And on all the artists. Because they pointing fingers at Travis, Drake, all of them. All right. Well, who you giving your donkey to?
The California Center for Reproductive Health needs to come to the front of the congregation. They're not allowed to get people's orders wrong like Kentucky Fried Chicken. We'll discuss.
All right. We'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Angela here talking about my friends at the General Insurance. They offer flexible payment plans and the ability to choose your payment date. Plus, they let you choose how you pay, whether that's with cash, card, or check. Call 800-GENERAL or visit thegeneral.com to learn more today. Some restrictions apply.
Just don't be a donkey, because right now you want some real donkey.
It's time for Donkey of the Day. So if you ever feel I need to be a donkey, man, hit me with the heat.
Did she get donkey today? Please tell me.
Absolutely. I have become donkey of the day.
The Breakfast Club, bitches.
You're a donkey.
Yes, Donkey today for Tuesday, November 9th goes to the California Center for Reproductive Health. I'm telling you, we live in a world now where things you only used to see on TV shows and in films are actually happening in everyday life. Makes you wonder if these things have always been happening and we were just too young to pay attention. Well, this is a storyline straight out of a BET Plus original because Daphne and Alexander Cardinal are suing the California Center for Reproductive Health because they contend that the center recklessly, negligently, and are knowingly lost or actively decided to give the couple's embryos to another couple while implanting the wrong embryo in Daphne. I can't make this kind of stuff up. Let's go to NBC4 Los Angeles for the report, please.
A woman and her husband are suing a fertility clinic for negligence and medical malpractice. She claims that she gave birth to the wrong child after doctors at the California Center for Reproductive Health allegedly implanted a stranger's embryo into her body during in vitro fertilization. The couple says after raising the child for months, testing revealed that the baby was not genetically related to them. They eventually switched babies with the couple who were given their embryos, and the clinic had no comment.
Jesus. Thank God this was a fertility clinic mixed up, because can you imagine being a white father and seeing your baby come out with a much darker complexion and jet black hair? The questions that could arise, my God. But luckily and sadly, that wasn't the case. The case is the California Center for Reproductive Health is the Kentucky Fried Chicken and fertility clinics, because clearly they got the order wrong. Okay, how many people has this happened to and folks just said, F it, I'm almost home now. I'm not turning back around to get the right order. Okay, now, of course, representatives of the clinic declined comment, but you know who didn't decline comment? The couple who received the wrong order. Listen to what they had to say.
Losing the birth child that you know for the genetic child that you don't even know yet. It's a truly impossible nightmare.
Our memories of childbirth will always be tainted by the sick reality that our biological child was given to someone else, and the baby that I fought to bring into this world was not mine to keep. There's no way to describe the pain that we've been through. The struggle to guide our older daughter through losing the little sister she fell in love with, and to understand the reality of what happened. It's been brutal.
4 months, 4 whole months. Do you know what kind of connection parents forge with a child in 4 months? My newest addition is a month and some change. My wife is like, hold her so she can smell you, okay? My wife is breastfeeding. She can't even be away from her yet because she, used to that nipple. What's going to happen? What's going to happen to these 4 months old now? All right, what if one of them was breastfeeding or both of them are breastfeeding? How would a 4-month-old adjust to being around these new people? Like you heard her say just now, they have a older daughter who's already gotten a bond with who she thought was her 4-month-old younger sister. If you don't have kids, you can understand why this is a problem. But if you have kids, you can truly understand why this is a problem. And what is the hospital supposed to say? The fertility clinic, my bad? All right? Some people are not supposed to get things wrong. All right? Surgeons, fertility clinics, Chick-fil-A workers. But when these things happen, you can't just do a Kanye shrug and keep it moving. Okay? Please give the California Center for Reproductive Health the biggest ER. But they don't have no comment. You gotta say something. You gotta say something.
My bad. Oops.
Something.
What can you say?
Something. Okay.
What's a good statement?
Oops.
I don't know. Somebody has to be held accountable, right?
Someone's losing their job over this.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you for that donkey today.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when we come back, we have Bitcoin Rodney. Explain to the people who Bitcoin Rodney is, Yeezy.
Well, he actually works a lot with Bitcoin. He's been doing this for years now. And he has a big conference coming up in Miami. Miami's trying to position itself as the hub for cryptocurrency. So he has Tiffany Haddish, Damon John, Akon. He has a lot of people that are going to be speaking on different panels throughout the weekend. So we're going to get a little bit of education on cryptocurrency.
All right. We'll do that when we come back. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
Yo.
Bitcoin Rodney.
Yo. What's up?
What's up, Bitcoin Rodney?
You the man.
Listen, I'm glad you're here because we have so many questions about cryptocurrency, and I know Bitcoin is something that you got on fairly early. So explain who Bitcoin Rodney is.
Bitcoin Rodney is the actually average Joe out here trying to make the above average decisions to help a lot of individuals close the wealth gap. A lot of times we as people get to the game too late. And since I've done pretty well in the industry, I want to bring everyone together and show them how to do the exact same thing I did or even better.
How did you get into Bitcoin?
To be honest with you, I was down and out. I lost a lot of money in the e-commerce business, and I didn't know what my next move was. I got a phone call. And somebody said, man, this team out in London they want to meet you and see if you can help them with their business. And I didn't even ask what the business was. I said, as long as they're paying for it, I'll show up. And I got there. It was out in London. It was all about crypto. And I didn't.
How long ago was this?
2017 of April.
Okay.
So I've been into crypto since April 2017. November actually, no, April 2017. And ever since then, when I find out how easy and how fast you can earn with crypto, my life changed since then.
Now, what do you do about all these? Because there's so many different cryptocurrencies now. Seems like every artist, rapper, athlete, actor, actress has their own cryptocurrency. So how do you know what's real and what's going to do well and what's not?
Actually, do not know what's going to do well and what does not. Sometimes it's just a gamble. Unless you are educated and know how to study the charts, look at the Binance.com, or look at the rumors, innuendo, what people are saying about the crypto, reading the white papers behind what it's going to do. You actually do not. But sometimes you can just buy altcoins, with the coins that are below Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the granddaddy, he's the grandfather of crypto. Mm-hmm. But there's Ethereum, there's Ripple, there's Shiba, there's Dogecoin. But then when you hear everybody talking about it, you go and see what the number is and what it costs. If it's under a penny, that's when I do it. And I buy tons of it and then hope it goes big, But sometimes you can get a phone call from somebody way above you. They'll tell you, hey, go buy this coin. Mm-hmm. And you can hold or you can buy and sell. It's up to you how you want to do it. Everybody has their own different strategy. However, I always tell everyone, make sure you have a coach, instructions, direction before you go there and do it, because you can lose everything you've made or earned in life in crypto, the same way in stocks.
Now, I know when we do this interview, people are going to Google you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one thing then when people Google you, come up, it will say something about, is this legit or a scam? Now, why do people think that this could be potentially a scam?
It's like anything else in life. In my life, in the crypto business, I've been in a lot of different deals. in the very, very beginning. And some of those deals weren't exactly the up on the up and up. I've joined a few of these deals. Some of these deals I've made money. Some of these deals I've failed miserably. I failed that on a lot of different deals. It's the reason why I'm doing so well now, because I know exactly what to look for.
Right.
And some of those deals didn't work. You know what I mean? I don't know not one person in the history that's successful. Everything they did was going to be perfect. For example, Babe Ruth, he was known for what? He had the most home runs. He's also known for the guy who had the most strikeouts too.
Right.
And he's the greatest in history.
So what about USI Tech? I know USI Tech had a bunch of different names, and they said that was a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, it was. And back in 2017, when I first got into crypto, I didn't know what to look for, what to ask, or anything. But on the top, it looked like everything was perfect. Come down about maybe a year later, come to find out that it wasn't as perfect as we thought. A lot of times we learn as we go. And that was my first real interview of crypto. So
that's
I
why
learned.
it's risky for people too, and that's why it's always important to let people know that if you're doing this,
Right.
it is a risk.
Now remember this. Now it is a risk, but remember this: the company itself was not only 100. Crypto is still real, no matter what. But the company you join may have you doing the wrong things and you not know it. No matter how much research you do, doesn't mean that it's right. You're gonna find out, over time. Crypto is still evolving every single day.
Right.
The laws are changing. I mean, by the minute sometimes.
So what are your thoughts on Shiba Inu, since you brought that up, and everyone's talking about how it's surpassed Dogecoin and how promising it is. I was reading an article about Steve Buscemi and how he made like millions, in just a few months from having purchased Shiba Inu.
I mean, the other day, I already own Shiba, and I didn't really study it. Just somebody called me and was like, yo, Rodney, you should try the Shiba Inu out. So I said, okay, I always listen to the streets. And a lot of times I go by exactly what the streets say, and then I'll go later on and do my own research. But I put like around, I don't want to say the number on here, but a lot into it. And the other night I was just watching it jump 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, by every 10, 15 minutes, it was growing, So Shiba's pretty good. I like Shiba. I like Dogecoin. I did very, very well, the highest in Ripple. That was my real first coin I did well with Ripple. Now, there are also platforms out there that people can get into where they'll be able to earn regardless of the market and don't need to know as much as I know right now. And then they'll learn as they go.
Why do people give you so much flack for the Hyperfund event?
Because if they think that it's actually not a Hyperfund event, it's reinvent yourself with crypto event. And because I'm in a company called Hyper, they believe it's like a cover-up just for that company.
Gotcha.
The actual event is for individuals to come and learn how to reinvent themselves with crypto, and we're trying to close the wealth gap for a lot of women, minority women and men. Period.
Why do you think they on you so hard? Because I even read where they said that you're aware of all the scams, but you don't care as long as you get in first.
Well, who is they and who
That's what I mean. Like, who are these people?
They don't pay my rent, and I'm never really aware of anything. It's like coming to this actual interview. I don't know what you're gonna ask, but I do know how to answer the question legitimately. As I go along, sometimes you'll find out things in the beginnings and you leave it alone. There are several deals that are sent to me every single day I don't join. And there are certain deals I do join, and so I'll find out as I go. And there are certain deals that actually work well. Doesn't mean everything's a scam. But today, I don't listen to they.
All right, we got more with Bitcoin Rodney. When we come back, it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
I also saw the viral video. You bought a Lamborghini entirely with Bitcoin. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, completely with Bitcoin. And so long time ago, when I was getting into crypto, most of us did not believe crypto worked. They believed it was nothing but a scam. So I had to figure out a way how to go find something that was major and do it with crypto to show the believers that it did work. So I went and bought a Lamborghini out of Newport, California, completely with 100% Bitcoin. And so before that, they said it was a scam. I bought the Lamborghini, so it's not a scam.
No, I mean, there's still people, there's still coins out there that are scamming people that, they get people to be hype and they put their money into it and everybody pulls out from the top. Now, you say from prison to millions. I seen that on your flyer. So you were locked up. What did you get locked up for, and what made you turn around and say, you know what, this is not for me anymore?
Yeah, I was in the game hustling, trying to, do what I could at the time. I think I was failed by society. The society saying, hey, go to school, go to college, get a good job. And then when I found out that wasn't the way, I was brainwashed. So like any other person, I got into the game, tried to do what I could, and made the wrong decisions. And did my time. I paid my debt to society, And I had to figure out a way. So I got into the internet game because, the .com boom was exciting, and it was money being transferred, a very, very good transfer of wealth.
Right.
So I got into e-commerce, I got into different deals online. So 90% of my time, I was always online trying to figure out a way to get this brand booming. And here we are today.
Mm-hmm. So what are some things that people can do with cryptocurrency? You bought a Lamborghini, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I see a lot of people talking about accepting it, maybe on Amazon potentially soon. Can you buy a house with crypto?
Yes, you can.
Mm-hmm.
You can buy a house with crypto. You can buy cars with crypto. You can buy your flight with crypto. You can pay for your hotel with crypto. I was at a club recently the other night in Miami. The owner came out to me, heard I was there. He said, listen, I want you to help me push my own coin, and we'll only accept that coin in this club.
Wow.
Right? There are clubs in Vegas. It's all they accept is Bitcoin. I go to clubs inside of Dubai, and because I came to that club, now all they do is accept, not all, but they accept crypto to make their payments for, or their pay for their bills there.
Now the government doesn't tax crypto, right? And they don't monetize it. They don't
monetize it. But once you, and I'm not a tax, I'm not a tax attorney or anything like that. Please always make sure you talk to your own attorneys or whatever. However, it's a taxable event once you actually take your crypto to cash
out, right?
Yeah, now you have to pay taxes on it. Now
it's like stock when you take out your stock and then you got.
Yeah, but they watch the stock a little more. It's hard for them to see what you make on crypto.
Yeah, I mean it's hard, but they can find out how.
Are they doing that now? Because I know that was the part of the thing with the government. They didn't.
Well, what they want me is
government because they can't see it. They can't monetize it.
Right, but whatever my tax forms say, I pay it.
Right.
So
if you buy something,
it.
You get taxed on that purchase because you cashed out.
Well, actually, when you buy an actual item with crypto, and you sent that money to that person has to change that money from crypto to cash. So that's on that person. But again, I am not a tax consultant.
Right.
So.
And sometimes if you give somebody crypto, right, you pay for something, it could end up being worth more.
That is correct. For example, that Lamborghini now is worth way more than what I paid for it back then. When I paid for it back then, I believe the crypto was only about, I think, 3,000 or 4,000 a coin. And today, what, 60,000 a coin. So what's that Lamborghini worth now?
Yeah, that's crazy. 20 times.
I was going to ask, did that make you nervous that the government is trying to figure out ways to find out how to tax crypto and how to watch it and make sure that people are doing the right thing by it? Does that make you nervous at all?
No, not at all.
Right now it's like wild, wild west when it comes to crypto.
There's still a bunch of gray areas. So I want to do whatever makes it safe for everyone. Whatever it takes to stay above board and not go to jail. I want that. So but crypto was made to be anonymous. Right? So they got to do what they got to do, and we got to do what we got to do.
Now, you do have the event in Miami, so I want to make sure we talk about that.
Right. Oh, the Reinvent Yourself with Crypto.com event. As you went to the last event, it was a complete success on the Seafair. And that was about bringing a lot of individuals together to teach them about, what can be. And it was so successful, I decided to do another one, how to reinvent yourself with crypto to help close the wealth gap with a lot of other individuals. When I say close the wealth gap, a lot of us, I said before, are late to the game. And like right now, we're here talking about, crypto, and the majority of it is how much it could be a scam.
Right.
How much it ain't gonna work for you. So I'm
we
on the
talk
other
ourselves out of
you talk yourself out of success. Now, in order for me
I don't know if that's talking yourself out of success. I just think it's like, what's wrong with being cautious? I would do that with stocks. I would do that with Bitcoin. I would do that with anything, new that somebody is venturing in, especially when it comes to finances.
Well, you are correct, but it's just not me. I'm just one of those guys who are in it. I'm one of those guys who got through the hurdles. So I'm trying to share information to those who need the information, the proper information, and they can learn from my failures.
Right.
I'm the first one to teach you this. Hey, there is a chance you can lose. I have lost. I have failed before. I have been in companies that didn't do so well. The same companies that you just now brought to the forefront, and that's okay. Because
if I didn't, there like I wish I would have invested in Ethereum. I wish I would have invested in Shiba.
I had no problem with it. It's two sides of the quarter.
Everybody, I think most people learn from mistakes.
Yeah,
and they always say smart people learn from your own mistakes. Wise people learn from the mistakes of others.
Or you don't learn from your mistakes.
That's true.
There's a lot of people who don't learn from their mistakes. But I kept swinging the bat, and I'm gonna keep swinging the bat. I'm gonna keep on trying to help the next man, the next woman. Period. I don't care what no one says to me or try to oh, you was in this company, it didn't work. Oh, well, look at me today. Now I am the company. Now I have a lot of other individuals now whose life has changed because I keep swinging the bat. No matter what someone says or they or them say, I'm going to keep to my guns and make it happen. till I'm in the grave.
So this event is Fat Joe, right?
Yeah, Fat Joe,
Marlon
Akon, Marlon Wayans, Jamie Foxx, Elena Cardone, Aries Spears, Robert Thompson. I mean, we have a whole, and today just spoke with Jordan Belfort on the Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, wow, Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, so he'll be there as well. And this is a lot of information coming from people who are already doing certain things in life, and people will be able to ask questions on a panel and get educated, not just by me, but by these guys who are already successful as well. I mean, so it's not just what Rodney says. I want people who know more than me, who've done more than me, to help me as well. Put the word out about crypto or about reinventing yourself with crypto. We're in an age right now that, man, Bitcoin and crypto makes over 800 millionaires a day. Over 800 millionaires a day. That doesn't mean it's going to be you, but there's a way that you can maybe try and learn.
I'm not gonna lie, I went to the other one. I had a chance to witness it firsthand. Amazing event, very well done and put together. I met some great people there.
Yeah. Now this event is different. So it's gonna be at the Miami Lowe's Hotel. So I bought out the whole hotel for 3 days.
Wow.
For 3 days straight.
The whole Lowe's
The
hotel?
whole Lowe's, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for 3 days. And so, it's gonna be an amazing event of being able to actually be on panels with individuals and ask them questions back and forth. The same questions you may have had in your mind to ask me, now you be able to ask others who've already done what you're trying to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like I said, Mr. God, they can take it with a grain of salt, whether they believe it or not, or do their own research, as you guys said. And I highly, suggest that. But guess what? How many times you'd be able to sit down with Jamie Foxx, Damien Belfort, Akon? Any of these guys have already done what we're doing. Akon has a whole crypto city.
Absolutely.
Makes sense to me.
All right, it's the Breakfast Club. Bitcoin Rodney, thank you, brother.
The Breakfast Club.
1051.
Let's get to the rumors. Let's talk Will Smith.
This is the Rumor Report with Angela Yee on the Breakfast Club.
So listen up.
Well, today's the day. Will Smith's book, Will, is out. And one thing that he's talking about is ayahuasca. We discussed this several times on the show, but he talks about his own experience in getting a shaman to give him that tea and leading him through the visions that he saw. He said an hour after drinking it, he said, I was floating deep in outer space. I was trillions of light years away from Earth. He sensed an unseeable woman who he called Mother behind him. He said, I can tell she'll never leave me. And he said, if I'm this beautiful, I don't need #1 movies to feel good about myself. If I'm this beautiful, I don't need hit records to feel worthy of love. If I'm this beautiful, I don't need Jada or anyone else to validate me. At that time, he was having a temporary split from Jada right after her 40th birthday. They said he had put together a 3-day blowout, and the idea for it appeared to him in a vision 3 years before. He created a documentary about his wife's family, complete with audio recordings from her beloved late grandmother. He hired Jada's favorite artist to do custom paintings. There were golf outings and hikes and a lavish dinner. And there was a surprise performer, Mary J. Blige. But afterward, Jada said nothing about it, not a thank you, not an I loved it. Instead, she took a long shower, then told him to cancel the rest of the weekend's plans. So they didn't end up speaking for the rest of that trip on the plane ride home to LA or even for a few days afterward.
I can't wait to read that book, and I can't wait to do ayahuasca. They always say don't do ayahuasca until you feel like it's calling you. It is calling me. I cannot wait.
Right. So pretty interesting. It's so many different stories in here that we've been hearing already from the book.
But that's because Will's been a character for so long. He's been playing a character. He's been playing a role, and now he's being himself. So being that he's being himself, you're going to get all of these real stories.
Yeah, he told his wife, I retire from trying to make you happy. I quit. You go do you, and I'm going to go do me.
Wow.
All right. Now, Nick Cannon, he came under some fire for responding to Saweetie's tweet. Saweetie tweeted out, I want some babies. And then he put some emojis. One was thinking, and then it was a laughing emoji, and then it was his hand raised. Okay, so here's what he had to say about people coming at him when he posted those emojis in response to Saweetie.
Sweetie tweeted, I want some babies, and I just replied with some emojis. This is what it actually says. Take time for making such a big decision. That's what I was only trying to say. But of course, I caught heat for the tweet. They was coming for me like crazy. One tweet said, Sweetie, girl, run. Have you seen what he names his kids? Shout out to Sweetie. It was all in fun, no disrespect. If she ready to have kids, hey, get to it, Queen. We rocking with you.
He was joking. I think we all know he was joking.
Right.
Yeah, but it's good. You stir the pot. You know what I mean? You stir the pot. You get posted on the blogs. People talk about you on the radio. It's good for the game.
What's really funny is that then a couple of days after that, she was giving Damson Idris piano lessons, and he posted her, Sweetie, teaching me how to play the piano. All right, Stevie J has filed for divorce from Faith Evans. It's been 3 years since they got married, and apparently things are not working out. So I didn't know. I mean, I saw she wished him a happy birthday like last week. So a few days later, he ended up filing for divorce. Mm-hmm. All right, and Riff is a new social media platform, and they're trying to make some noise. They actually went to capitalize off of places like Clubhouse and Spotify's Green Room. It's going to allow artists to connect with their fan bases, and they already have 21 Savage, NLE Choppa, Isaiah Rashad, Soulja Boy, and others. In addition to that, they have investors like Coach K and P from Quality Control, Top Dog from TDE, and Empire founder Ghazi.
Connect with your fans how, though? What kind of site is it? Is it like a site where you tweet things out?
You can talk on
audio?
voice and video, so it's like rooms like Clubhouse. But I guess you can do video also because, Clubhouse is just audio. Mm-hmm. All right, now Snoop Dogg says that he thinks that Death Row Records would be a lot different if he were in charge, and he is saying that he feels like the label should be in his hands now. He was on $1 million worth of Game with Gilly and Wallow, and here's what he said.
If they'd have gave it to me 5 years ago, I would have had Roddy Ricch, Ty Dolla $ign, YG. Anything coming out the West would have been on Death Row. If I'm running Death Row Records and all them little need a deal, and they all my nephews, I with them all before they had deals.
Right.
If I had a position, this would have been an easy come on in
layup.
Who was administrator? Like who running Death Row right now? What company
Death Row was bought by E1, and then E1 sold to a company called Blackstone. But Lil Birdie told me that it may fly my way soon.
Interesting.
He's at Def Jam as an executive consultant.
Yeah, but I mean, I would like to know, because Snoop has had a label before. He had Doggy Style Records, so I would like to know, what did he learn from Doggy Style Records that he would implement to, Death Row to make Death Row successful.
All right, and I know you guys saw this. This went viral, and this was Jeff Bezos' girlfriend, Lauren Sanchez, and I guess they ran into Leonardo DiCaprio while they were at an event, and she was looking at him like with love in her eyes.
She was.
But it's just a moment, she look up, it's Leonardo DiCaprio. So now, because so many memes went around, Jeff Bezos is actually responding. He put up a meme. It says, Leo, come over here. I want to show you something. And then there's a picture. It says, danger, steep cliff, fatal drop. And the sign right in front of Bezos. So I guess he's playing along with the joke. But Leonardo DiCaprio is in final talks to star in and produce a Jim Jones movie. Not Jim Jones the rapper.
Oh, the cult leader.
Yeah. I know we're used to hearing Jim Jones the rapper, but
not me. I always knew the difference. I mean, that's why I knew where Jim Jones the rapper got his name from, because I always was intrigued by that story.
Yeah, but I think on this show we talk about Jim Jones the rapper more than
Jim
100%. Jones the cult leader.
But that's
I just wanted to verify that.
Yeah, that's a big thing though. I mean, because that whole saying, drink the Kool-Aid. That's where that came from. Jim Jones the cult leader.
All right, well, that is your Rumor Reports.
All right, thank you, Miss Yee. All right, shout out to Revolt. We'll see you tomorrow. Everybody else, let's get to the mix. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Warner Brother Pictures presents King Richard, based on a true story that will inspire the world. Watch Will Smith's portrayal of Richard Williams, father of two of the greatest sports legends, Venus, Serena, and A Plan for Greatness. In theaters and on HBO Max. King Richard, November 19th, rated PG-13. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Now, shout out to Ed Sheeran for joining us this morning.
Salute to my guy, Ed Sheeran, man. Make sure you go grab that Equal project that's out right now, his latest album.
Also, shout out to Bitcoin Rodney. We've been reading all these things about Ethereum and Dogecoin and Shiba Inu and cryptocurrencies, and so we wanted to make sure we had somebody who actually does it and knows about it and has been doing this for years come on the show.
All right. And also, don't forget, today we announced the artist that's going to be at my car show in Miami. Shout out to Miami, Dwayne Wade, 50 Cent, Nori, DJ Khaled, Yo Gotti, Trina, Flo Rida, Nicky Jams, Anuel, and Prince Royce. Shout out to all those brothers and sisters for giving me their cars for the car shows. Can't wait to see you guys. Family fun, bikes, trucks, old school cars, amusement rides for the kids, carnival games. There will be a Santa there for the kids and toys. So get your tickets if you haven't got your tickets as of yet. All right. Then when we come back, we got the positive note and more, so don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Whoa, get the top.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, Yee, you're on your way to Nick Cannon's show, right?
Yes, I'll be on Nick Cannon's show today. I'm going to be helping him out with some rumors.
Okay. All right. Well, Charlamagne, you got a positive note?
I do, man. The positive note is simply this. Be intentional, because an unintentional life accepts everything and does nothing. But an intentional life embraces only the things that will add to the mission of significance. That is from John C. Maxwell.
Breakfast Club, bitches! Y'all finished or y'all done?